I'm Jason, designated broker of SJC Management Group. We've been talking about legislative updates for the year 2025 and new laws that have passed. I have a previous video that explains probably the most consequential change, which is the rent control and the aspects of that. But there is another bill that passed that changes the requirements on serving notices to tenants as far as how you mail that notice. Previously, for the last, 150 years, there's been a requirement that a notice of like rent increase or 14-day pay rent or vacate notices that you send to the tenant need to be mailed from within the county that the property resides in. So if you're in Pierce County and the property is in King County, even though it may be 2 or 3 blocks away from you, you have to mail it from a King County post office, even though the post office sends it all to the same sorting area and sorts it out from there, but that was the law. So there was an attempt to allow landlords to mail from other counties, but a requirement to do it for certified mailing only. However, this law, as it moved through the legislature, changed and morphed into a law that requires all notices have to be sent certified mailing. So your rent increases, your notices to comply, the so-called 10-day notices, pay rent or vacate notices, 14-day pay rent or vacate notices. Notices such as those are all now required to be certified mailed to the tenant. Now keep in mind that if you have multiple tenants in the property, you need to mail one to each individual tenant. So if, for instance, you have roommates, two individuals renting a property, you would mail 2 notices, certified mailing. Now, if you are doing best practice and including and all other occupants on these notices, which there are legal reasons why that's a good idea to do, then you would also need to mail one to the all other occupants. So the 2 roommate situations would actually have 3 notices mailed out, which has always been the requirement. It's just now that we're going to do it certified mailing. It does remove that it has to, from which county the mailing comes from. So you can mail from any county now, but again, it has to be within the state of Washington that it's mailed from, and it has to be certified mailing. So this is going to increase the cost of doing business and operating because certified mailing is more expensive than mailing standard letter. We're talking about going from, a couple of dollars to, $10, $20, depending on how many tenants are in the property and how many notices you need to mail out. Now, this law will go into effect in July 2025. I believe the date is July 23rd that it goes into actual effect. But come July of this year, we should be all, as landlords, certified mailing out notices. If you have questions on this or anything else, please let me know. Thanks.